Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here. Had a really good question on one of the YouTube videos. Thank you so much for the questions. Please ask more questions in there. That's how I get the material for the coaching sessions and all that stuff, okay? And then go to thestratsoldier.com to learn more about the Strat and be like Justin Davis, all right? Wait. That way, that way. He's always doing good things, all right? So the question was about the domino effect versus trading combinations, and there's some confusion out there. So here is the clip that the trader was referring to, and then I actually answer it on the weekend shift today. I actually answered that today on the weekend shift. So I'm going to explain a little bit this clip, and then we're going to go to my actual answer in the weekend shift. All right, let's check out this clip.
All right, it can be boring, but 30-60s are fine, and then you can look for the 15-5s that will trigger them, right? Then go into the guts a little bit and say, okay, well, if this 5er triggers the 15er, that's going to trigger the 30 that triggers the 60, right? Ankle bone connected to shin bone, so you can just watch that. And also for newer folks that are newer to the Strat, that, for learning, because we want to always, it's very repetitive. You can watch fine. It can be boring.
All right. So what Rob is talking about is, if you have a reversal on the 60-minute, he says if you have a reversal on the 60-minute, you can go down to the guts of that and then find those actionable signals that will trigger that 60-minute chart, okay? That's trading combinations, all right? Not necessarily, this domino effect thing is more like, they disregard time frame continuity and disregard what's happening on the other time frames, and they're just taking the 15-minute thing because it's an exhaustion risk, so it's going the other way, all right? This domino effect stuff, let me answer that in this other clip because I already explained it, all right? But I just want to clarify what Rob's talking about here is having an actionable signal on the 60-minute and then going down to a 5er or a 15er to trade that will trigger the 60, all right? And then the 60-minute trade trigger the daily. But that's actionable signals that are in combination on different charts, okay? Not just grabbing any 15-minute, hoping it works, all right? We're not wishing here. It's not hopium. Anyway, let's get to this clip from the weekend shift. And thanks for everybody being here. Go check out thestratsoldier.com. Check me out on Twitter at Cyberdog2. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Hey, what's going on? Strat Soldier here for the weekend shift. I have a quick announcement. I have to go do something real quick. I got some real life things happening. Terry Baker was in the coaching session and he knows there was nothing happening, and now something's happening, okay? So good morning, Terry. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Mick Stratter. 1, 2, 3. And then Jodell, thank you so much. I'm pushing the weekend shift to 12 o'clock, okay? Because I got to go do something. So I got to go do something, and I'm going to be right back at 12 o'clock. Tell everybody, come back at 12. But until then, because you guys tuned in, I'm going to answer one of the questions. Terry is privy to this, so he knows what's going on. But so real quick, because you guys did tune in right at 11, so I want to say thank you and appreciate it, and then we're going to do the entire weekend shift at 12. But question in the chat on YouTube. Thank you so much for commenting and give me a question on YouTube. I'd love that. Thank you so much. Good morning, Beach Bum. Question is, as someone who watches a lot of your videos, I have to ask for sake of clarity at this point because nobody else seems to want to raise their hand on this topic. You regularly make it known that you despise the domino effect. However, at the 20-minute mark of this video, as well as other videos of Rob specifically mentions smaller time frames triggering larger time frames. He calls them combinations. While I definitely understand that the terminology is not the same, the concept seems to be. Not trying to take you to task, but I would definitely love some clarification from you on the difference, since you have positioned yourself as the person that teaches the strat the same way Rob taught it? Thanks, Strat Soldier. Good question. It sounds like you're taking me to task, Mr. Zero Bytes. But no, he just wants to know. It's a great question because he wants to know the truth. He wants to trade what he knows to be true. And Mr. Zero Bytes, I'm going to say right now, if it's working for you, okay, do it. Okay, that's it. First of all, if it's working, do it. Okay. And then a better answer to why I don't like the idea of the domino effect stuff. I worked with them for over a year. Okay, I was in their live streams every day. Okay, for a year, and it was agonizing because they fought me every day about telling me I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know the strat. Not getting in any more of that. But what they do with this domino effect is they ignore time frame continuity and they ignore actionable signals. Okay? They ignore that stuff. Why do they ignore what's happening on the month, the week, the day? Because they're trying to take they're trying to take reversals on a smaller time frame and hope it never comes back. That's what their goal is. But that's not it though, because every 15 minutes they're saying, okay, it hit magnitude, it stopped, cut your position, okay? And then when there's times when it does just keep going, for example, they will say, okay, it hit 2-2 reversal up on this 15-minute triggered the 2-2 reversal on the day, time to cut it. Wait a minute, why would we cut it? Why wouldn't we keep going? Why wouldn't we add? But that's not what we do here. These smaller time frames triggered the daily, so that means it did it. It did its job. That's not what Rob talked about, okay? Or the 2-2 reversal on the day triggered the week. That's what we wanted. Go ahead and cut it. It's exhaustion risk now. That's not what Rob talked about, okay? What Rob talked about is taking combinations, okay? So combinations are something different, all right? Combinations look for, number one, we're looking at all 4 time frames, okay? We're looking for signals that reconfirm what we're seeing on smaller, we're starting with the month on the largest time frame, and we want to see we want the week to reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. As the week progresses, we want to see that the daily reconfirms the week. And then we want our 60s to reconfirm what we're seeing on the day that they're buying this, okay? That they're really buying it. And then looking for combinations, and the video he's referring to is when I reposted it. Rob took over the weekend shift. It was a great lesson. He did a great job. It was really cool. I had the day off that day. But here's a 2-1-2 up. Here's a 2-2 reversal back up on the month in AOS, okay? 2-2 reversal back up on the month. And what you want to do is look for combinations. Is there any actionable signals on the week, the day, the 60? How many do we have? All right. How many actionable signals do we have and what time frames are they on? That's trading combinations. And we want those to all be going in the same direction. Okay. Full time frame continuity is what we prefer. Okay. So we got a 2-2 reversal back up, goes in force right above $66.18. And let's do this. And below. Okay. So this thing went here. Here's our learning line, and I gotta. This is gonna be quick because I gotta get out of here. But here's my learning line: 2-2 reversal back up on the month. Any actionable signals here? No. Okay. On the week, no. But we know they're buying. Okay. There's a reason to be in here. All right. This is kind of hard to see, but here's an inside bar right here. Inside bar. The week prior. Inside bar on the day. Okay. 2-1. That inside bar goes in force is $65.82. Okay. All right. It's really teeny tiny. I know this is not the best example. All right. But that's a combination. All right. Inside bar. So inside bar, I got a 2-2 reversal hammer in force on the month. I got an inside bar in the day. are there any? There's not really anything on the 60s because the day didn't start. I mean, the week didn't even start when this actually went in force. It is when this 212 went in force up on the day. Okay, but you did have a nice scenario 3 back to the upside on the 60s. All right, you could say, okay, here we go. This is my way in. All right, if you wanted to drop down to the 15 minutes and find something way down there to work, okay, and say, you know, this is what I do. I like to trade these 3 2s. There's a reason to get in, okay? 65.84, 65.84, okay? And then yes, this triggers the 212 up on the day, all right? Which reconfirms that they're buying on the week and reconfirms that they're buying on the month. All right, you want to talk about stuff like that? That's trading combinations. All right, I talk about this in, go to thestratsoldier.com. I talk about this in the Strat Trade Checklist course, okay? The Strat Trade Checklist course. I talk about trading combinations. I really got to go, and I really gotta get out of here. Sand thank you so much. Sand with the super chat. Thank you, Sand. I'm coming back at noon. Okay, I gotta go do some stuff. I'm coming back at noon. Tell everybody to come back. So, Mr. Zero Beats. I hope that helps. I'm trying really hard not to talk about politics and all like that. But the difference between the difference between the domino effect and actually trading combinations, the way Rob taught it, is completely different. Okay, again, I was in their live stream for a whole year, all right, and it was frustrating watching these guys tell people to get in combination or get into reversals that had no other continuity to back it up. All right, and then when it did, when a 2-2 reversal on a smaller time frame did trigger the 212 up on the day, for example, like in this example, they'd say, okay, it did what it wanted to do, we got it, cut it. All right, that's not what Rob did. That's not what Rob taught us. So anyway, I'll be right back. All right, I'll be back. $10 says be safe. Okay, I'll be back. Thank you so much. Again, I hope that's a good explanation. More comments, more questions in the chat. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I'll see you in just a few minutes. All right, I'm going to be late. I really don't want to stop the show. I know you guys know I don't want to. I'll be back. Thank you so much for your patience. I'll see you in a few minutes. Get some coffee, get some breakfast. I'll see you in a few. Thank you.